Hello and welcome to another show and tell. This will be a stricto sensu show and tell because it's not an unboxing nor an unbagging. But first, if you like the videos that I put out, if you like the channel, please subscribe. Of course, if you don't like the videos and you don't like the channel, but would like to keep an eye on what I do and criticize and scoff and issue righteous condemnations, you can also subscribe to the channel. That being said, it's like I said, show and tell because it's a print and play project. Sisu, the battles for Suursaari Island, from Red Sash Games, and of course I and we. I really like Red Sash Games. I have a bunch of them, all of them print and play. Maybe one day I'll post some videos about those projects. Red Sash Games tend to be huge games, very well researched games. The historical commentaries alone are worth the money you pay for them. I haven't really, that's my I don't know, my limitation, my spatial and time limitation. I haven't really finished any of the Red Sash games. I intend to finish one maybe when I'll be at my retirement and have a lot of time on my hand. But there are very nice, huge games. Some of them, like I have Cockpit of Europe, so a few games in the Lace War series, Cockpit of Europe, Turkenkrieg, Heirs of the Golden Horde, then Army of Roussillon, and I don't know, the one with the Jacobite Rebellion, Remember Limerick, which is another interesting, maybe an interesting point of entry in the system. Then Mistral and Yellowjack for the naval games, Rat and Skrala, or the War of the Hats. Very, very nice games. Huge counter density. The historical commentary, like I said, alone is brilliant. I read a bunch of historical commentaries, and like I said, for the historical commentary alone, and they're worth it. So when I've seen this this game advertised in the print and play area of the Red Sash game site, and I've seen the I got a hint of the scope and the extent of the game. I said, well, like I normally say of Red Sash games, I'll jump in, but more so with this because it's a rather limited one. Not too much, not a big, not a large counter density, rather small rule books. The price was very, very affordable, and jumped on the occasion. As of the filming of this video, there is no, like, as far as I know, no BGG entry for this one, but I suspect that there will soon be one. So another selling point for this game is I haven't got a clue about these battles, so I didn't know much about it. World War II buff as I am, a few ideas about the continuation war in Finland, but that's about it. So I didn't know much about these battles because there are actually two battles in this game. So I jumped on it, and lo and behold, Sisu, the battles for Suursaari Island, 1942 and 1944. So the rulebook is I'd like to say the usual. I mean, the structure of the rulebook is the usual Red Sash Games. Very detailed and very comprehensible. But the usual rule books go for around 30, 40 or 50 pages for the Red Sash Games. And this one with the scenarios included and the terrain effect charts is only 26 pages. So that's an improvement. It's not really another system as far as I know. Not really. Au contraire, I'm stupid. It's really another system, so it's not a continuation, as far as I know, of other systems used in the Red Sash Games portfolio. But as far as the structure goes, I see a bunch of similarities. But the rules go for only 16.5 pages, so they go to about here. And then we have the second conquering, which is the 1942 scenario, Finns against the Soviets. The Finns, the Suursaari Island is an island in the middle of the Gulf of Finland. It has a rather large strategic value. So the Finns were driven out, then conquered, and then left the island, and this is the second conquering, Finns against Soviets. And we have order of battle, setup, weather effects, fatigue, and stuff like that. Then there is another, but the other battle is Tane Ost. Sorry if I mess up, my Finnish is non-existent, practically. Tane Ost Redux, so this is the 1944 one. These are Finns against Germans this time. So completely different battle, completely different, or more or less different operational context. So we have even storm boots and sort of storm assault boats, minefields, stuff like that, which is great. Victory conditions and whatnot. You can see here that this is an interesting part of the game. You have two different maps. So we have the 1942 map, which is rather whitish, snowish, maybe map, and then we have the 1944 map on the terrain effect chart. But I'll show you in a couple of seconds the maps. Then we have the commentary. The commentary is well, it usually is larger than the rulebook. Now the commentary is around the same number of pages. I mean, exactly the same, 26, but well, slightly larger if you take into account that you have the scenarios over there. So it's not all about the rulebook. It has nice pictures. Historical pictures and pictures from nowadays, I believe. Oh, they're all historical pictures. So yeah, great learning opportunity, as I've already said in other videos. I like historical wargaming, war games, as well for the simulation and the modeling. I don't know, part, but also for the teaching experience and the potential teaching tool that they are. Then we have, I printed both of these, even though I'll probably be playing it solo. The files have two, they don't say print it twice, so you don't have one page or 2 pages like these and you say print it twice. They have two different I mean 4 different pages, 2 by 2, in the file. So I printed them. Then I realized that you need only one, and then I said, okay, well, I have a spare. Or in the event that I don't know, in the remote event that I get someone to play with me this game, then I'll have 2 player raids. The one part is the combat results table with a bunch of die roll modifiers and the explanation for them, and the other part is odds ratio, sequence of play, visibility chart, fatigue chart, stacking limits, airstrike table. Then we have a unit display. I rounded the corners because after I laminate stuff, they tend to be quite sharp. I haven't done this to this one, but maybe I will. So these explain the units. We have infantry units, artillery units, and other units, and other counters like bunkers and replacements. Leaders. Unit size goes from squad to company, which is worth 6 pips. So 1 to 6 pips on the unit. So this is a platoon size unit over here, and it's a Finnish one by the color. So yeah, cool explanation. We have this is I thought this is for illustrative purposes, but it's not. It's really a blown up piece of the map for the harbor, and you can place units on this one. So it's really I don't know, a sort of insert of the map, or blown up part of it, and it's functional, so you can put a lot of units there. Then we have a so-called German landing display, which goes for the, of course, for the 1944 battle. A cool destroyer image there. We have the Zerstörer Flottille, the destroyer flotilla. Sea mines, landing forces, the first wave, second wave, third wave, random counter, elimination table, Finnish artillery, harbor take table. So yeah, a lot of stuff happening in Red Sash Games. I really like the complexity, even though sometimes it's daunting. But like I said, the amount of research that goes in these games, it's huge. So we have the 1944 map. Like I said, it's the maps come in. It's a game with 2 maps. I don't often see this kind of things. By the way, that's north, but I'm running out of space here, and I don't want to remove the camera from the tripod because of shakes and other stuff after that. So the map comes in one piece. I estimated wrongly the first time I made the map of 4 sections, 4 A4 paper sections. I said I'm gonna laminate those, but then the hexes were too small, and I said, okay, let's do a 9 section. It's not really 9 because there are smaller sections here on the sides and the bigger one on the middle, but it's nice. I laminated the pieces and I stitched them together using Scotch tape. It's not the best idea. I've seen PNPers that do stuff way better than me, but like I said in other PNP videos of mine, chances are I'm gonna play these by myself. So when I play solo, all the invested parties are if all the invested parties are okay with that, and they are, with the quality of the stuff, then it's okay for me, for them, or for me, that is. So we have an island. I really like the maps. made by Sash Games. This is no different. I really like this map, for the 1944 map, better than the 42 because it has more color and things are more visible. I'll show you immediately, but of course the other map is perfectly okay from the utilitarian point of view or pragmatic point of view. So there's no issue there. We have a turn track over there with VPs and stuff. We have a VP and fatigue track down here, and we have corners for the different type of there are orientational corners, I believe, and I haven't read the rules in very much detail. I only skimmed them. And then we have the range. We have 1000 meters, like that. So the hexes are around a couple hundred meters, stuff like that. So it's a very detailed tactical game from this point of view, and you've seen it in the unit sizes. It goes up until the company size, but most of them are I don't know, squad or platoon size, squad or platoon size units. Then we have the 1942 map. Like I said, a lot of white. The tracks are mirrored, so this track is on the other side now. North is around over here. I could read some of the locations, but I don't want to embarrass myself more than I already did, because, like I said, I really like how the Finnish language sounds, but my Finnish is practically zero. So the VP and fatigue track is over here at the bottom of the map, like on the other map. So there's no change over there. But yeah, it's perfectly okay from, like I said, from a pragmatic point of view. It can be used. And then we have the counters. Now the counters, I'll put them in this Ziploc sandwich bag, because they're in sort of a limbo. I'll be using some plastic counter trays or whatnot after I play my first games. But those are limited, and this is my main way of storing components. I haven't clipped them yet because I haven't got the time. I usually use a thinner chipboard around 2 millimeters. This is, I don't know, I believe 2.5, and I believe I went too far because it was a pain in the neck to cut them. I usually use big scissors. I tried rotary cutter, but it goes all over the place. You see, there's some misaligning here. For my part, usually the counter sheets, I print them on label paper. Nowadays I use this matte type of label paper because I print them at home, and I find them okay. It's okay. Glossy is okay too, but I found these okay. But I had a bit of trouble with cutting them because it's way thick. Well, of course, they look cool after they are finished, but the process is time consuming. So these are the counters, if I'm not mistaken. These are the 1944. So there are two 4 sheets basically, 2 for each year, and these are on the 1944 sheet. But I've seen units that go in both sides. So we have commanding units or stuff like that. Well, not HQs, but officers that are listed in one place, and then I found them in the other one, so I have to sort them out. But all in all, yes, I like them. They're serviceable. I like the graphics. I like the NATO symbols way better than silhouettes. I make no secret of them. The graphics are pretty much the same-ish, or so these are the 1942 because we have Soviet units here. Those were German units. Well, to make matters not so simple, we have some German units here as well. I don't know if you can see. We have Landungsflotte, but these green ones are Soviet, so we have Soviet fatigue. And of course the white are in both battles the Finns. So we have, see, Taistelustasto P, Major General A. Pajari. I hope I didn't butcher too much. So yeah, I like the big counters. They go well with the map. The only downside, of course, for the whole counter issue is that it would have been nice if there were some identifying elements for each battle. So you see these are units. If you use them in both battles, the Soviet ones are highly unlikely. Maybe for the Finns, but if you use them in both battles, you don't have to. But if you use them in only one battle, then you have some sort of indication that for sorting purposes, maybe. But I'll have to see. I'll have to test it. Maybe it's a non-issue because you have clear indication for the order of battles. Really clear indication for the order of battle and the setup for each battle in the rule book. As I skimmed through it, I noticed that, so I believe there won't be much issue with it, this. So yeah, nice find. I had fun put it together. I really have to change my refill my ink on my printer, but so far so good. Yeah, looking forward to trying it out. Sisu, the battles for Suursaari Island. Hope I pronounced it okay. 1942, 1944. Sash Games. Looking forward to playing it. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.